Dahlia is a herbaceous perennial native to the mountainous region of Mexico. Named after the Swedish botanist Anders Dahl, it is hardy in USDA zones 8 to 10. In colder climates, they are treated as annuals. Dahlias come in a wide range of growth habit from 1-foot compact plants to height of 6 feet. Their spectacular flowers are available in various colors as well as sizes, from tiny, 1/2-inch pom-poms to 12-inch dinner plate varieties. Plant the tubers during spring after all danger of frost has passed, so it will start blooming in summer. They grow best in fertile, well-draining soil with a pH of 6.0 to 6.5. They cannot tolerate waterlogged soils as their tuber roots will rot in too much moisture. Before planting the tubers, amend the soil with plenty of organic compost, and sand may be added to loosen the soil texture for better drainage. Choose a location that gets at least 6 hours of full sun and protected from strong winds. Strong gusts of wind can easily break off the flowers. Staking is required for large flowering dahlias, but make sure to place the stakes in the ground before the tubers go in the soil to avoid the risk of damaging the roots. Water lightly after planting the tubers and during the first few weeks of their life cycle, as the roots are prone to rotting in wet soil. Once the dahlias start to sprout, water them deeply once or twice a week to encourage growth. Water more frequently during hot summer days to prevent the soil from drying out. Mulch the top layer of the soil to retain moisture. Light surface watering during the growth period will not be enough since the tubers are usually planted 6-inch deep, so always water deeply each time. Do not water directly on the blooms and foliage to prevent diseases. To increase flower production, and encourage branching and root growth, fertilize with a high phosphorus granular fertilizer. Do not over-fertilize with nitrogen fertilizer as it will result in leggy plants with lush foliage but little blooms. To encourage branching, pinch the center top tips of each plant when the first shoots reach a foot high. And if you desire large and perfectly formed flowers, a practice called debudding is vital. This is the process of removing some flower and growth buds on each flower stem. Always deadhead spent blooms for continuous flowering. Dahlias planted in Zone 8 can be cut back and left in the ground to overwinter. When planted in Zone 7 and lower, it is recommended that the tubers be lifted and stored indoors during winter. Overwintering them in the ground does not guarantee that they'll come back the following year. To store the tubers, dig them out after the first frost. Gently brush off the soil and allow to cure for a few days in a shaded, well-ventilated area. Once dry, transfer them in a container. Cover them in slightly damp vermiculite and store in a room with temperature between 35 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Check them once a month in the winter and remove any tubers that have started to rot, and adjust the moisture of the vermiculite. In spring, divide the tubers by using a clean and sharp pruner or knife. Make sure each healthy tuber has 1 or 2 eyes that look like white or pinkish dots. Discard the center tuber as well as rotten or damaged ones. There are several types of pests that are attracted to dahlias, such as slugs, Japanese beetles, spider mites, aphids and thrips. Slugs and Japanese beetles can be removed by hand. Insecticidal soap and horticultural oil can be used to combat aphids and thrips. Powdery white mildew can be prevented if given proper spacing to promote air circulation. Dahlias can be toxic to both cats and dogs, so keep your pets away from the plants. Dahlias do require a bit of maintenance, but you'll be rewarded with some of the most beautiful flowers you can grow. Thank you for watching.